Hey guys, well, anyone that follows my channel knows that I had bees last summer and the bear destroyed them. And during the spring of that year I killed a bunch with sugar syrup spilling down into the hive. But yesterday I went to Kearney and I picked up another nuke, and I did a little bit of a beginner bee course. It was about 3 or 4 hours long, I guess. So we're back in the bee game. I went down with my dad. He had purchased the course, and we went down to see Scott Ferrier at I think it's Maple Ferrier Apiary. I'll leave a link down below. He has a Facebook page. He's a really good guy. He's close to me. It's about 45-50 minutes from my house, so pretty convenient. He's got lots of boxes and all the paraphernalia that you need to get going. He sells the nukes. I think you can buy just queens from him. Complete hive setups, which is what my dad got. So he's got 2 complete hives now. I just got the nuke and an extra deep box and frames. So now I have 4 deep boxes. Don't need 4 this year, but I wanted an extra one just in case. It's easier to put one away somewhere than it is to scramble to make one, or order one, or drive down and get one. So there's the nuke. They're not very active this morning because it's a little bit cool and pretty damp out. You can see that there's none in there, but when you open the little lid, you can see that there are lots of bees in there. They're pretty calm this morning. Like I said, it's rather cool. So probably in a few hours, once it warms up, there's a bit of sun poking out. So once they start buzzing around a bit more, I'll open it up and stick the 4 nuke frames down into the deep box, the brood box. I made up some syrup this morning, so it's cooling off. I made up 2 liters, so it fills up just about 75% of a large mason jar. So that'll give them a good start, and then I'll make up some more later today or tomorrow and put it in the fridge. I didn't get any special feeders. I just have a couple of the ones that the mason jar flips up in, and you just slide them in the front of your hive. So, but yeah, we'll be back in a few hours, and once these guys get moving around, we'll have a fun and we'll play with them a little bit. So cheers guys, and we're back in the bee game. Well, here I'm just getting my bee suit on, doing up my sleeves and my gloves. We're just going to take the main box apart, remove 4 or 5 of the frames, kind of pick the best ones to leave back in with the bees. Some of them already have comb, and we'll put those ones back in. Open up the nuke. And these guys got a little bit aggressive with me. They weren't very happy. It was very cold. So I got my smoker, just giving them a few puffs. And that helps them go down. So I just forgot my hive tool, so I came back with it. We got the smoke rolling. So we're going to pop those 4 frames out. You can see there's lots of bees on them. We'll get those back down in the hive. That's the frame that I seen the queen on. That's what I was looking at and moving around. Just looking for brood or any sign on the frames. The one frame's got some propolis on the end, so it's kind of hard to slide in the box without being too rough. So we got that last frame in. We got 9. There's 10. We'll drop that in. Then we'll put our queen excluder on and our inner cover and our top cover. And last but not least, the ratchet strap. Hopefully that'll prevent the bear from knocking it over if he does come around. You can see that between the pallet and the box there's actually a 2x2 patio stone. So that should add a bit more weight to it. That branch in the background that I keep bumping into, I'm going to cut down. That's just part of an old lilac bush. And you can see on the left hand side of the hive there's a mason jar there, and that's just the syrup. It's a 1-to-1 mix of sugar and water by weight. You can see that it's upside down into that little white dish, and it just kind of, there's holes in the mason jar lid, and the bees can go and suck some of the syrup out. Works really well, and it's pretty inexpensive. So there we go, bees are in the new hive. Now they were a little aggressive when I first opened it up, so I just went back and got my smoker so that I didn't get stung, and not too many of them died trying to sting me. So the smoke kind of helps them subdue a little bit. They kind of think that there's a bit of a fire, so they usually hunker down a little bit. Don't use the smoker very often, but in this case I could tell that they were a little bit annoyed. It's not really warm out here right now, and they're not out feeding and stuff, so you're better off to wait a little bit. But we got them in. We got the hive ratchet strapped down, so hopefully later today they're buzzing around. So we'll see how that goes. Smoke for you. But I don't normally use the smoker, but it seemed like this time, don't normally use the smoker, but this time it seemed like they were a bit aggressive, and it can save you getting stung to use it, but it can also save some of the bees. You know, once they sting you, they die. So if you can help stop them from stinging, you're better off. So, but that's all done. In probably on the long weekend, we'll open it back up. We'll have another look around and see. Hopefully they're starting to fill up frames. I'm just gonna hang the coat right here. Hopefully they'll start making frames, pulling frames. Some of the frames already had some wax comb and stuff built, but they'll have to carry on. I got a few limbs to cut to get a bit more sun down to them. Seems like when they don't get enough sun they can be a little cranky, so we'll cut a few limbs, and that's about as much of the sun as I can get in here. My place is very shady. A lot of big pine trees, 75 feet tall. So, but that's it for now, guys. I'm glad I got some bees back. They're kind of a little interesting little critter, and I enjoyed having them. Hopefully the Brunos will stay away. We're gonna go out after and have a quick look and see if the bears have hit the bait, but that'll be on another video. So cheers, guys, and have a good weekend.